Better? I'll check on this sound issue real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Get your ingredients ready. We're doing aromatics tonight. We are doing aromatics tonight. All right. How are we looking? Got some people in here. That's good. This is the Kush Tender theme song right here. A song called Thugged Up. What's up, Lisa? I see you over there, Todd. Todd says I'm good. I really like that. Feeling real happy about this. Got a little setup where I can read everything now. Look at me, being a beast. Kyle better watch his ass. About to lose his job if he doesn't get it going, you know? All right, we are doing aromatics tonight, guys. We are doing aromatics tonight, so just be prepared for what that looks like exactly. Drinks that are going to smell nice and be very booze forward. Hopefully you all got to see my video on how to make acidified strawberry. I hope you did. It's a great cocktail we're doing with that today. I have my Manhattan ready to go. It's the drink-along drink. Is that a... I can't read that. Don't threaten me. Oh, gosh. Kyle Tender and I already starting off. The Kyle Tender. Throwing bows. Bam, 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 Kyle. I got you, buddy. Bam. Just kidding. Kyle comes over every week to help me out with the class. Really good character. We all love Kyle. All right, let me put this on. There you go, YouTube. What's up? Keith over on the YouTubes. Love that. Love to see that. Let me just switch my phone over here so that I can read what's going on over there as well. Plus give myself one extra viewer. Cool. All right. We have a class going on. There is Mixed Cocktail Hour. Mixed Cocktail Hour had a great show this week with a good buddy of mine named Tommy. Tommy took over for me. Tommy Germ, the man, the myth, the germ. He took over for me this week. Coming up, though, this week, if you guys cannot get enough of Kush and his tendering, I will be doing a class with a Tiki legend this week. So watch it. That's 5 o'clock every Friday. We'll be doing nothing but hardcore Tiki. We'll be doing some Tiki today, but that day we'll be doing hardcore Tikiing. So be prepared. I'll explain more about that as we go. I can't read any of the comments going on here on the Instagram. So if you do have a comment, make your way over to YouTube. That's the best way to. That's the best place to see me. Anyway, the lighting is much better. Yeah, there's some hearts over there. Let's begin. At the beginning, a couple quick announcements for the show. We do have the Halloween show coming up. Please get your costumes ready. I will be doing a 2-hour extravaganza. I will be inviting people to jump on with Zoom as well. We will talk about what that looks like probably middle of this week. We will have all of those things figured out. I just have to figure out really how Zoom works. That's really all we're working on. A quick announcement for people in the class that come every week to keep this community going. My very good friend Keith who shows up to every one of my classes, and even when I was doing them live, he showed up to all of my classes. Keith has an album coming out on the 23rd of October. It's his birthday. It's my brother's birthday. That's how I know what day that is. It's coming out on the 23rd. So do check that out. Very, very talented guy. I've seen him play live. Always a good time to see my brother Keith play his music live. So check that out. And with that, we will begin. What are we doing today? We are doing aromatic cocktails. What does that mean? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I know that there are two different types of cocktails. Obviously, there's millions of different types of cocktails, but there really are two full cocktails. There are the sours, which are always my favorite. Those things have citrus in them. They have juices, a lot of juices. And then there's the aromatics, and I'm going to call that sort of the everything else. The everything else. There will be cocktail people that will argue with me, but bring it on. I'm already fighting my assistant, Kyle Tender, so I will fight you too. If you do have anything, though, to say to me and want to get it to me, please make sure that you are addressing Kyle Tender, the Kyle Tender, in both of the chats. He comes over every week to help me out with this. So with that, we're going to start. We're going to start off with an absolute banger of a classic. It is a Tiki cocktail, although it did exist before Tiki did. So this has been around since about the time that we even had rum. People were doing drinks like this. So we're going to be making this one not in here. We're going to be making this one in glass right here. So do grab one of these. Oh, here's Tool Cam. This is the GB Kush Memorial Tool Cam. That's my brother, whose birthday it is on the 23rd. We're going to be building in here. Now, when we say that it's aromatic, that does not necessarily mean that we are just going to, we're not going to use any kind of souring agents at all. Most perfect Manhattans have an orange twist. We'll be going off of that sort of thing. So this first drink we're going to be building today is called the Corn and Oil. Corn and Oil. Corn, the letter N, oil. It's like corn and oil, but they wanted me to make sure, the inventors of this, who died hundreds of years ago, wanted me to make sure that you definitely said corn and oil. We're going to take this one to start off with. We're going to take our lime that we had, and we just want this pith. We just want sort of this outside bit. As little of the fruit as you can get out of it is going to be the best part, since the deeper into the fruit we get, the less of an aromatic we have. We're going to squeeze this guy in here so that we have some of those oils getting in here. We're going to drop it. Drop it right there. Now we're going to start to extract all of that oil. We just want its delicious, delicious oils to mix with the next couple cocktails, cocktail ingredients. So let's reach for those. The next thing we're going to grab here is this stuff. This is called falernum. Falernum is very interesting. It has notes of lime. It has notes of cloves, it has vanilla, and the John D. Taylor's is named after a very, very vicious pirate. A real jerk, this guy was. Very rich, though. So they named something after him. That's what happens. Hashtag pirate privilege. I mentioned on one of my videos that there is pirate privilege. We're going to be putting in half of an ounce of this. A nice, easy half of an ounce right there. We are then going to be adding some bitters, Angostura, for this guy. Angostura right there. What's up, Cozy Mom? How you doing? I don't think I've seen you since it was your birthday, Cozy Mom, so happy to have you. We're going to be putting in 4 dashes of Angostura bitters right there, and then we're going to muddle. Take our muddler, take our big, fat, badass muddler, and we're going to just extract the rest of the juices out of this guy. Yes. Yes. Right there. So now we have sort of a, boy, that's a big gut that I have right now. Going back to working out this week, everybody. So if anybody's worried about me, workout starts tomorrow. So we're going to be squeezing all of that lime out. We're going to integrate it into the oil part of this. I guess is the corn part of it. And then we're going to reach for a rum. Now, I'll be using this Hamilton 86 Demerara. This is, it's kind of a Jamaican style but it's more of a Demerara style. We're going to be putting in 1.5 ounces of this guy. Right there, beautiful. We just want a dark, we just want sort of a mid-level dark rum. So something that's aged, something that is spiced, something that has a little character to it so it doesn't get lost in our next ingredient after the ice. We're going to fill this guy with ice up here. Take your ices, drop them in here. There we go. As much ice as you can get into here. Ah! Shooting these little guys all over the place. And we're going to give this one a big, big stir. So put extra ice in here. We want a lot of this ice to melt. We still want to have control over it, which is why we aren't shaking it. But we are going to do this in here. So grab your spoon, and you really want to do this until about half of your ice has melted. Right in here, we're going to stir, stir, stir. Get all of that ice moving around, as many melting points as we can. There we go. As you start to stir this, you're going to notice that there is an awful lot of aromatic coming out. Cozy Mom's birthday, Kyle Tender, was about 3 weeks ago, but I do appreciate you hanging out with Cozy Mom. It's always good to have Cozy Mom around. It's always good to have any Cozy Mom around, but this one in particular. There we go. We have stirred until all of this has melted about halfway through. And then we are going to give this guy a float. We're going to give it a Jamaican rum float. The Jamaican rum I'll be using today is always, as I always do, Caruba. Caruba, Caruba, 1/2 ounce. Yeah, it is time for a performance review for the Kyle Tender. We're just going to float this guy right up here on top. The idea is that when we do this right, there we go, put just a touch more. When we do this right, we have a drink that is 2 separate layers. This rum floats on top of, her birthday's October 29th. This Cozy Mom birthday gate that we have going on right here is getting outrageous. Somebody just tell me when Cozy Mom's birthday is, and I will absolutely wish her happy birthday. But not until then. It's over, Cozy Mom. It's over. No more birthdays until the 29th. There we go. We have our cocktail. It's called the Corn and Oil. All of the bits and bobs. The top part is supposed to look like oil that is sitting on top of corn. I don't know what that means. I've never seen corn. The idea of corn and oil mixing doesn't do much for me, but that is what this cocktail is called. We're going to give this a big sip, and we're going to be searching out a bunch of stuff. We want to find all of those rums. 2 different rums in here, 2 different rums with 2 different distinct flavors. We want to find some of that lime. We want to find the vanilla, the bark from the Angostura, and we'll go from here. If you guys have any questions about anything that's happened other than what Cozy Mom's birthday is, because I am not answering that question. I don't know when it is. Not having it. But anything else that you guys want to know about, please, Eric, stop wishing Cozy Mom happy birthday. It's not her birthday. We have to know this, guys. Drink to this. If you guys have any questions, please ask Kyle Tender, the Kyle Tender. He'll get them to me, and we will go from there. Cheers to you guys on this first one. Ooh. Ooh. That is a good cocktail. Whew! That is aromatic AF. There is nothing non-aromatic about this cocktail. It is on point, the corn and oil. I'm going to pass this off to Kyle. Kyle, my assistant, who comes over every single week wearing a full hazmat suit and sometimes clothes on the outside. I'm going to pass this off to him real quick, and we will chat a touch more. See you guys in a second. Goodbye. Okay. Kyle. There's Kyle. Well, there's Walkie. My good friend Walkie sent in a question. Joaquin is one of my very favorite bartenders. He bartends at the Room Hollywood. When all of this opens back up, you guys should pop over and see him. We did the crushed ice class last week, and I did mention Walkie because he did give me, just out of the goodness of his heart, I think. I don't know what his motivations were. Now I'm suspicious. Scott is sus currently. He gave me the ice crusher that we made all those great drinks with. So thank you, Joaquin. He asked, bought or homemade falernum? To be honest, Joaquin, I find that the homemade falernum takes a long time, and I think that the John D. Taylor's does a really good job. Now, if you just have if you have 12 days to sit and let all the almond and the clove and everything sort of come together, kiss and hug, and become, there we go, become one with each other. Homemade is always going to be better. You can always control for different stuff, but I use the Velvet Falernum as much as I can. I think that that is the best way to go. All right, good questions. Let's move on to the next cocktail. The next cocktail it was an all-star during Prohibition. It was a drink of the elites. People that were the creme de la creme drank this, but not in America, of course. Keith wants to know real quick before we get into this. I will repeat these specs for the corn and oil. It is going to be the outside of a lime. You're going to muddle that up, right? Muddle. With the ½ ounce of falernum, it is 4 dashes of bitters. It is 1.5 ounces of rum. It is then another ½ ounce of a dark rum. Keith, that is what we're doing there. Yeah, good. I'm seeing a lot of birthday gate stuff going on. I can't believe what you started here, Cozy Mom. You're really derailing the show. Let's get back to it. So this one was a huge thing amongst the elites, but not the elites in America. This was a huge cocktail with the elites of Cuba. Before we started fighting Cuba, Americans would leave the United States to go bartend in Cuba. It was a very important destination with a lot of very, very important people. One like my new best friend, Constantine Vert, but all kinds of other great bartenders down there. And they created a cocktail that followed the American system, but added a fun new Cuban twist to it by adding rum in there. And we are going to build this one. It's called El Presidente. It's called the El Presidente. We're going to be stirring this one. We have no juices going in here. We do have a syrup going in here, but no juices. So nice and easy. So let's begin at the beginning. First of all, we're going to be putting in some... Nope, not this stuff. Definitely not this stuff. We're going to be putting in this stuff right here. This is dry Curacao. Right here. Dry Curacao is not the easiest thing in the world to find. So if you could not find dry Curacao, regular Curacao works, but you're going to have to switch up then your vermouth. You don't want a sweet vermouth and a sweet Curacao, so find a drier vermouth if you're going that way. So we're going here with this guy. We're going to be putting in 3/4 of an ounce of delicious dry Curacao. This stuff is so good. So freaking good. I can't even tell it. I can't even tell you. There we go. So there we have this. I am going to be reaching in for this stuff. Now this is going to be tough to tell what it is because it accidentally froze in the back of my refrigerator. It is very important to me that I keep vermouth very cold. And this is about as cold as you can get it. In the back of this little freezer, apparently, or refrigerator, apparently there is a little thing that blows cold air down. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't have any idea. But 3/4 of an ounce of nice ice cold Blanc vermouth if you're using the dry. If you're using the dry Curacao, Blanc vermouth, you want a vermouth vermouth. I said vermouth, which is one of the funniest things you can say. It's like a little kid asking for a fortified wine. Can I have some vermouth? You want to find a dry vermouth to go with a sweet Curacao, or you want to find a sweet vermouth to go with a dry Curacao. And then we are going to reach for some rum. Now, this one called originally for a white rum, but me and Kyle have been drinking a lot recently, and we drank through all the white rum. So if you have a white rum, go for it, but I will be making it without white rum. I'm going to be reaching back for this guy. This is my new little best friend. Going back into the Hamilton. Something that is nice and interesting and good. 1.5 ounces here. So 1.5, 3/4, 3/4. We're just building a basic daisy. is all this is. This follows the exact same proportions as a drink called a daisy. Most famous daisy of all time is called a margarita, but there are also other great daisies, like the gin daisy, which also uses our next ingredient, which is this stuff. This is pomegranate syrup, or grenadine. Always fresh grenadine. Walkie, if you're watching, always fresh grenadine, buddy. I don't want to hear about this store-bought garbage that you got running around there. Always fresh grenadine. It's very simple to make. Equal parts pomegranate juice and sugar. And then to give this some aromatics, we're going to be putting in some bitters. I asked you guys to get Tiki bitters, but really any bitters will do. I just like these Tiki bitters in this one. It has some pineapple, it has some grapefruit, it has all kinds of goodness. We're going to be putting in 2 dashes of this right here, right there. And we are going to stir this one. Why stirring? We talk about this an awful lot, but we're stirring this one because there's no juice. There's no juice. So most of these things have a pretty normal or a pretty basic level of thickness. So a stir does you well. We're going to fill that up as much as we can. We're going to stir. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat, so I imagine I don't have to teach you guys to stir, but just in case anybody's watching this afterwards, please do watch afterwards. Oh, grenadine, my bad. The Tiki Apostle, the Apostle of Tiki, my good friend, the Apostle of Tiki. It is going to be 1/4 of an ounce. 1/4 of an ounce, or just a dash, really. Just a nice, easy dash. So a dash or 1/4 of an ounce, that's the way you're doing it. And we're going to stir this guy until we have melted an awful, awful lot of that ice. It's going. Give this a taste. Yeah. 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 That's the drink. I do recommend putting some bitters in it. If you go online and you look up this cocktail, never do I ever see it requesting that you put bitters in it. I promise you, bitters, and especially these Tiki bitters, make this drink possible. It's brought to you by the good people at the Edward G. Komen Foundation and viewers like you. Do get that one going. Let me put this down here. I'm going to put a cherry in this one. You don't have to put a cherry in it. I'm going to, because my good friend Kyle out there will probably get to this before I get to it, and hopefully Kyle will leave me a cherry. I'm going to put 2 cherries in. Kyle, I'm letting you know. I'm putting in 2 cherries. You can have one. I'm having the other. Deal, buddy? Trying to make a truce with Kyle. It's like leading an iguana anywhere. You ever tried to lead an iguana? It's tough. You have to have a great stir technique. That is correct. Mixed TV show. You have to have a great stir technique. The stir technique is like this, and without a spoon in it, it looks like, I don't know. What does that look like? Give me an idea of what this looks like. What does my fingers look like when I'm doing this? You let me know. There we go, guys. This is, of course, El Presidente, one of the greatest prohibition cocktails of all time, invented in Cuba in the 1920s. Drink, be happy, be merry, and I'm going to pass this off to Kyle real quick. If you guys have any questions, please let Kyle know. He will give me the stuff. You guys know, we're here every week. I don't know why I continue to say this. I'm trying to be a professional host at this, but really I'm an oaf. I'm a goofball that you guys know. We don't have to get deep into what I am. Okay, I'll be right back. Kyle. Oh my God, it's so good. I got 2 more birthdays today. We are going to be ending birthday gate today because we're going to be going with 3-year-olds. I have a pair of 3-year-olds who had their birthday. Kai and Ella. You guys have heard me mention Kai and Ella. They are my niece and nephew. I love them very much. I hope that they are watching. It's Uncle T! It's Uncle T! I'm what you call a pest of an uncle. I run in, I make sure that the kids are all hyped up, and then I leave. I'm awesome at being an uncle. Uncle T! Yeah. Bring Kyle in. Cozy Mom. Kyle is terrified. Terrified of being fired live on TV. And if he comes in, there's a good chance I fire him right away. So Kyle will not come in. He will not come in today. He will not come in tomorrow. But maybe one day we will bring Kyle in. Maybe for your birthday show, we'll bring Kyle in. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. We have a winner for what my stirring technique looked like. We have a winner from my very good friend Kiki. Kiana says it looks like an air saxophone. It does look like an air saxophone. Like this. That's what it looks like. Yeah, happy birthday, kids. Happy birthday, you little 3-year-olds. You monsters. You little tiny monsters. Cool. So we have 2 classic aromatics. What do I try and do in every class? I try and bring you guys a brand new cocktail. And that's what I've done today. We are getting close to the Halloween. So my Halloween thoughts are kicking in. They're kicking about. They're kicking all around. And one of my favorites drinks to teach for a spooky cocktail class is, of course, a corpse reviver. A fun name for a necromancer or a zombie maker. I don't know what those are. I don't know what a zombie maker is. But it is a good name for that. So we are going to be doing a riff on the corpse reviver. I'm calling this the grave robber. Why am I calling it the grave robber? Because that sounds freaking cool. Grave robbing, let it be known here. Kush Tender thinks grave robbing is the coolest. So kids, go out there and do it. We are going to be building this. It's going to be in slightly different proportions than what we would normally build a one of those other ones in. The corpse reviver number 2. That is in equal parts. We're going to be adding just a touch more of a few things, a touch less of a few other things. But first of all, we're going to start off with our gin. This is Navy Strength gin. If you have Navy Strength gin, I recommend it. A little bit more booze in this is always going to make you feel a little bit better. Get your D in the W, as we would always say. We're going to be putting in a little bit more than an ounce. So you guys are looking at about 1.25 ounces of that right there. Everybody feel good about that? 1.25 ounces. I feel like we can all get that going. Yeah. Todd is writing a novel down there. I'm a little nervous about what Todd is writing because he is my uncle and he is my inspiration on how to be an uncle. I aspire to be like him as an uncle, and he was a pest. Okay, so we have this. We have our gin in here. We are then going to reach for a sweet vermouth, a sweet red vermouth. Please tell me you have some sweet red vermouth hanging out in your house. It is awesome. It is delicious. 3/4 ounce of this stuff. If you can find a good one, something like a Punta Mess, that always makes everybody happy. Finding a Punta Mess or finding a Carpano Antiqua, even a Dolan, wouldn't break my heart. Martini Rossi, I'd make. I don't like Martini Rossi as much. Next thing we're going to be putting in here is going to be our bit of fun. Right here, the original Corpse Reviver calls for lemon juice. Calls for lemon juice. Now, I don't want to use lemon juice in a aromatics class, so I had to find a way to put a citrus flavor into a new thing. So if you have not watched it, please jump on over to my YouTube right after this is done and watch my video. It's called No Limes, No Problem. It is a way to make different syrups into a sour, into the sour citric part of your stuff. You're just gonna need some citric acid, a little bit of malic acid. You're gonna need some berries, some water, some sugar, nice and easy. But I end up getting this stuff. Stuff is awesome. Stuff is awesome. This is acidified strawberry syrup. Now, when I want to, I can just pour equal parts of this and rum into a glass, and I have a strawberry daiquiri ready to go. If that sounds interesting to you, pop on over to watch my other videos. But we are going to be putting in 3/4 ounce of this stuff right here to give us all of that sour that comes in the original cocktail. Bam! Bam! Bam, bam! Right there. Next one we're going to be throwing in here is going to be a little bit more of that dry Curacao. I would not have made you go out and get dry Curacao if I didn't think it was necessary. Now, when I made this drink originally, I was using Liquor 43 Also a very good option. Obviously, that brings up the sweetness level. So if you want to keep this a little drier, go in here. You can also do a regular sweet Curacao, but there's nothing real fun about that. I would try and find a dry Curacao. We're only going to be putting in a little bit more than ½ of an ounce of this stuff. We don't need a ton of Curacao. So let's go over these ingredients one more time, guys, while I have you. We are going to do 1 1/4 ounce of a strong gin, a navy proof, anything over 40%. Even the Bookers will do you at that point. You want to do 3/4 ounce of a sweet red vermouth, something like a Carpano Antiqua, something like a Punta Mes. You want to do 3/4 ounce of my acidified strawberry syrup. It's awesome, trust me. It takes just a second to make, and you guys will love it. And then the next one, yeah, dry Curacao is necessary. Then it's going to be just a touch more than ½ of an ounce of dry Curacao. Last thing that we're going to do to make this into a real aromatic is we're going to throw in some of these cherry bitters. Now, cherry bitters is, they're so good. Watch. So good. I will drink them by themselves. Don't do that. Okay, 2 full dashes of cherry bitters. It's actually not good to drink by itself. Don't do that. 2 full dashes right there, though, will bring out all of the aromas that we're looking for. It brings out some of that strawberry. It definitely starts to sweeten up that dry Curacao. It'll make your little night into a much better situation. And we're going to stir this guy. We're going to stir this guy. We have a lot of different things in here, but they all should meld pretty well. I don't see any layering in this, so a good stir will do. I'm just going to put the rest of this in here. Kyle, please remind me to make more ice tomorrow. I have a lot of corporate classes this week, and I need to have ice for those. While we're stirring, if you guys are looking for something for your corporation to do, or just your friends that you guys want to sit around and have drinks, I do a girls' night once a month with my friend Kara. Todd knows Kara pretty well. It's her dad. I do a girls' night every week where I'm the only dude, and I show up and I put together a menu, and I have everybody go out and get groceries, and we sit and make cocktails. If that sounds interesting to you, please get at me on my Instagram up here. I don't know why I have the Instagram one up. Should have done the... Well, whatever. Get at me on my Instagram. Do come find me, and we will chat about what that looks like. Obviously, yes. Thank you, Kyle. Obviously, we will chat about what that looks like, but very easy, very affordable way to get people together to come and hang with Kush and his bar. Last thing we're gonna be doing is taking our this is our Nicky Nora. We are going to, let's do this right. Let's see if I have one of these. Yeah, I do. I never get to use my julep strainers. They fall all the way to the bottom. This is a julep strainer. Looks like this. It's just a spoon with holes in it. It's really nice for stirred cocktails because you don't have to worry about really anything. It's kind of elegant looking. Throw that in here. Now, this is one of my cocktails, so I, of course, will not be putting any garnish on it. I think the drink is the garnish. That's how I feel about most cocktails. Now, I think that there's some tiki cocktails that need huge, fun garnishes, but for the most part, I don't think you need one on this one. This is called the Grave Robber. It is a Kush original. Give this a taste, make sure I did it right. Oh my God. I hate to say it, but I am very talented. I'm a very talented person. Very, very good at what I do. I'm going to pass this off to Kyle here in a second. We're going to come back and we're going to chat about what next week's class looks like. I always like to go to you guys first. It was the Apostle of Tiki that suggested this one. If Apostle has more suggestions, let me know. If not, if anybody else wants to throw something out there, my promotions manager, Abri, I think might be in the audience. She's always good at this, but let me know. And just another quick reminder that I do teach another whole show this Friday. You can find it on Mix Cocktail Hour on the YouTubes. Go find that. It is a really, really well-produced show. This is something. I mean, on Instagram, I look like a ghost. On the YouTubes, I look like I could just disappear into the background. But they have their lights down. And we'll be doing nothing but Tiki this week. We will be doing it with a Tiki. Join in on that. I'm going to give this to Kyle real quick. Come back. We'll chat about a few things. And I'll see you guys in a second. Oh, Kyle. I love this cocktail so much. Yep. That is true. Mix TV has given me a really fun title. I am the anti-garnisher. I will choose not to do garnishes when at all possible. I think that they are often sort of a distraction from a poorly made cocktail. Now, that's not always true. There's the garnish guy. If you follow him on Instagram, very talented dude that makes really good cocktails, but also garnishes like a freak. Very, very good at that. We have Robert Anderson. Yeah, there we go. So this week, Friday night, mix cocktail hour. We have, oh gosh. Give it to me one more time. Oh, we have Robert Anderson, who is a Tiki master. He owns a bar down south. A very talented guy. Looking very forward to working with this character. In the meanwhile, let's chat about what other classes we want to do. Oh, the last drink. Oh, your cocktail lab, which I believe is Waukee. You want to know? Sorry, you want me to do the entire drink? I'll go over it real quick. It was called the the Grave Robber, 1.25 ounce gin, 3/4 ounce dry vermouth. Sorry, sounds like Kyle's trying to break in. We have 1.25 ounces of gin. We have 3/4 ounce acidified strawberry. We have 3/4 ounce of sweet vermouth. We have 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth. We have dry Curacao. We have 2 dashes of cherry bitters. It is called the Corpse Reviver. It was called a Grave Robber. That was a really good flick. I'm very impressed with myself on that one. Let's chat real quick about what we want to do. But in the meanwhile, I just want to remind you guys that these classes will always remain free. I'm never going to charge you for these classes. This is very important that we know that we can all come on Fridays and hang out for an hour at 7 o'clock and do our gosh darn thing. But if you can help out the channel to help me get booze so that I can experiment to make better cocktails or whatever else we need, you can help me out by giving to my Venmo at Kushtender, CUSHTENDER. Help keep the channel alive. If you cannot do that, and I totally understand, I'm not a monster. If you cannot do that, please help out the channel by going over to my YouTube and watching my videos. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share them with your friends. Hey, I know this guy, a funny dude, or at least he's interesting looking. Find that way. Yes, there we go. So yes, if you guys could do that, that would be extra helpful. Do I have any suggestions? Managing the aromatics help. Yeah, okay, there we go. Hey, Kyle, how's the hangover? Yeah, the pest. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, okay. So, no. So, nothing yet. Yes, please don't forget to tip your Kushtender, says Cozy Mom. And if Cozy Mom says it, that means it's right. It is almost her birthday, or it was just her birthday, or her birthday is like Billy Pilgrim in Slaughterhouse 5. It has come unstuck in time. It is literally always her birthday, and just on the outside of that, it is never her birthday. And that is a good thing to know about Cozy Mom. If you guys don't have any suggestions for it, I totally understand. I will come up with something. It'll probably be Tiki related, as my good friend, the Apostle Tiki, has said a number of times after the class. He has told me, good work on the covert Tiki class. You called it something else, but it was a Tiki class. I will find a way to do that this week as well, and I will ask Kyle Tender for whatever he thinks we should be doing. In the meanwhile, guys, I always have a short class today. Maybe we'll start doing shorter classes. I'm feeling good right now. Feeling like this is a really good time to spend with you guys. In the meanwhile, guys, I am going to turn on just a touch of music. I want to thank everybody for coming in. I lost all my drinks, so I will, here, I have my Manhattan here. I will do a quick cheers to all of us. I drink to the health of another, and the other I drink to is he, in hopes that he drinks to another, and the other he drinks to is me. Cheers to you guys. Always a pleasure. Never a chore when it comes to hanging out with all of my people. Take this off. End this class. Bye, everybody.